This is Mark from Show Me Construction. Today we're going to be attaching a dresser to a wall in a kid's room for a customer, and she has a few requirements she'd asked me to implement into this. Number one, we have to consider the vent that's right to the right of the dresser at the bottom, and of course this window ledge right here, so we can't push it all the way up to the back. And there's a plug right behind the center, and she'd like to utilize that plug to plug in a lamp and a sound machine and whatever. So the distance away from this wall is going to be about 2.5 inches. So my method of attaching this, in this particular case, is going to be with a 2x3. And so with that, I'm going to go out and get the wood and start cutting it. I chose to use a 2x3 because it's 2.5 inches wide this way and 1.5 inches this way, and it's exactly the space that the customer wanted away from the wall. So I picked this up at Home Depot for a couple of bucks for an 8-foot piece, so it's going to work perfect for what I'm going to do. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start off by cutting 2 pieces 4 inches long. These are going to be the blocks that I will use to attach it to the wall. The next piece was going to be 63 inches, and that's going to be a lower portion on the back of the dresser for a ledge to put the plug strip, which I'll show you later on. And now I'm going to mark the placement of my screws to attach it to the cabinet, to the back of the dresser rather. This is where I'm going to be drilling my holes. It's roughly about a 1/2 inch off the block. I'm going to be using a 1/2 inch Forstner bit to put a countersink to set the screw heads below the surface of my block. And I'm going to do that right now. A cardboard box doesn't make a very good work table, but it's handy, and it's what I got. Next, I'm going to just drill a pilot hole, because I don't want to split my wood. Those are done. Next, I'm going to cut the shelf board 63 inches long because the customer requested that I put a shelf a little bit lower to hold the strip plug, and also if anything would fall down behind the dresser, they can easily retrieve it without having to take the dresser apart. So I'm going to cut that right now. And I'm going to make the cut right now. And this board is going to attach to the ends of each side of the dresser. So I'll drill that out right now. And at the center of this ledge, I'm going to take and just put a couple slash marks in it to allow my power cord to lay up in a trough. So I'm going to cut this, and approximately this deep, about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 deep, and that's going to be for my cord to go through there, so my strip plug can lay on top of this shelf, and I'll cut that right now. I'm using this Zircon edge finding tool, picked it up at Home Depot, and I'm going to find the stud to put the brackets up. Pretty neat little system. So then I can just get it and mark the wall, the edge, and do it on both sides here. Mark this portion. Alright, mark the wall. I'm using 4-inch cabinet screws, and they're countersinked into this block, and they don't split up the wood, and they hold tight to the cabinet. And that's what we want. That's the first one. Now I'll do the second one. I put the blocks up near the top because that's the only solid portion of this dresser. This really has no support for securing the dresser to the wall. So that's why the blocks are up here close to the top. And this is typical of a dresser. It's just the way it's constructed. Anyway, I'll put on this shelf now, and I'm going to put it about 8 inches down. So I'll install this shelf, and we'll get set up. Now, let me get it in the hole. Perfect. I'll put the second one in here. There it is. And I got my notch right here for my cable. So let's push it back. And now I'm going to start the brackets here on my line where I put it. Right. I'm going to put in my strip plug that I got from Home Depot. Line it up with this slot in the back. Push it back. There. Strip plugs in. I'm using a truss screw to attach it to the top. side. There. Now it's secure to the wall, and she can plug her lamps in, her lamp, her sound machine, or whatever she has, and the cords will be out of the way. These are below the top of the dresser, and there you go. If they drop anything down in there, they can always just reach down there and retrieve it. No problem. They can still hang their curtains up here, and that's what the customer wanted, and I think she's going to be happy. Thanks for watching.